We now request Mr. Shaktivel R. Tirunavukarasu, Chairman, IIF Chennai Chapter, to accompany Mr. S. Muthukumar, Chairman, Southern Region IIF, onto the stage, please. We now request Mr. S.Sundaresan, Organizing Committee Chairman, to accompany our guest of honor, Dr. Pratika Chari, Neurologist, Neurosurgeon, Epileptologist, Kaveri Hospital, Chennai, onto the stage, please. We now request our Chennai Chapter Honorary Secretary, Mr. Vignesh Ramanan, to accompany Mr. B.G. Benagappa, Honorary Secretary, Southern Region, onto the stage, please. An important note actually, due to unavoidable reasons, Mr. K. Surya Prakash, Chief Guest of the Day, was unable to join us today. In his absence, Mr. S. Sundaresan, Organizing Committee Chairman, will be our Chief Guest for the morning sessions of the day. With the blessings of Almighty, all events are bound to be successful. We would now like to start the day with a Tamil Thai word.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்வரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Lighting the Kuthuvilakku is a traditional way of beginning any good event. We now request our dignitaries on the dais and the senior members present with us today to light the Kuthuvilakku and start the today's morning event in a grand manner. Now we welcome Mr. Shaktivel R. Tirunavukarasu, Chairman IIF Chennai chapter, to deliver the welcome address to the gathering.
Good morning. So, warm welcome to you on behalf of Southern Region and IIF Chennai chapter. So, my sincere welcome to the past presidents of this august institution, who are the guiding forces of this chapter. Then the National Council members, Southern Region past chairmen, Southern Region Council members, Chennai chapter past chairmen, Chennai chapter past secretaries, now the present council members, Regional Chairman Mr. Muthukumar from Coimbatore, and Regional Secretary Mr. Benagappa from Shimoga, Regional Treasurer Mr. R. Pani Murugan, and the Vice Chairman of Chapter Mr. V.K. Raman, Secretary of the Chapter Mr. Vignesh Ramanan, Treasurer of the Chapter Mr. Sendil Kumar, and today's Chief Guest Mr. S. Sundaresan. Welcome, sir. And the Guest of Honor, Pritika Chari Madam. Welcome, Madam. We are celebrating today the 72nd National Foundry Day celebration. The entire event is spearheaded by Mr. S. Sundaresan, Vice President Operation of Brakes India. So this function of this mega scale is possible because of his inspiring leadership for the past 1 or 2 months. Welcome you, sir. And today we set a theme for this event as resilience to regenerate and research. Thanks to Mr. Bala, past chairman SFSR, for coining this theme. And today's guest of honor, Dr. Pritika Chari, neurologist and neurosurgeon. One may be wondering what a neurologist is doing with the Foundry people or the hardcore people. So this is the way we connect ideas and people to people. So that is the way we are taking forward. Maybe you can see what she is going to deliver, how it is to be connected with the team. And my sincere thanks to all the sponsors as well as the delegates who are present to this seminar. Thank you. Once again, I welcome you all for this occasion. Thank you very much.
We now request Mr. R. Pani Murugan, Honorary Treasurer, Southern Region, IIF, to introduce Mr. S. Sundaresan to the gathering.
Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Foundrymen, I am really privileged to introduce Mr. S. Sundaresan, who is the Organizing Committee Chairman. We call it as a captain of our team, and happens to be the chief guest for this today morning program. Mr. Sundaresan is a mechanical engineer from the Institute of Engineers, Calcutta, and completed an executive program at IIM Ahmedabad. He started his career with Binny Limited Engineering Division at Chennai. He has been serving Brakes India Private Limited Foundry Division for more than 3 decades in all functional areas. An avid practitioner of total productive maintenance, he spearheaded plant maintenance pillar in approaching towards zero breakdown in Foundry. He is a lead auditor of ISO 14001 and OSHA's 18001 from Bureau Verity certification. He is very much interested in learning and teaching, and he was the principal of Brakes India Technical Training Institute for 4 years, besides establishing a course on mechatronics and machine tool maintenance. His other interests including philately and numerous studies. Now the floor is yours. Now we would request Mr. Sundaresan, who is the Organizing Committee Chairman of this NFD celebration, as well as the Chief Guest, to deliver his inaugural address. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. So good energy in the morning. So I stand in front of you as my boss, Mr. Suri, is ill. So I have taken up his mantle to just address you this first morning session. So I welcome, I thanks for the good introduction by Mr. Palani. I welcome you all for this 72nd/73rd. So there is a confusion because the Republic Day is going to be a 73rd Republic Day. So it was also pointed out in the morning that this should have been 73rd. So I welcome you for the 73rd National Foundry Day celebrations here, all the members. So considering the present scenario, so we need to look at two horizons. One being short term, predominantly focusing on the operational excellence. and also the commercial viability. And the second being the long-term horizon, where we need to focus on the sustainable value creation. That is more important. Over these last years, all of us have been looking more onto the short-term horizon, looking in for improving our productivity, looking in for improving the yield, looking in improving for the total 1S, 2S, environment, safety, whatnot. So these are the activities which now we have been facing all this. All of us are aware of the challenges we faced over these years with the economic slowdown as the pandemic hit us, with the lockdown starting from March 2020. And even beyond, the unheard of the commodity price increases, which is now slightly coming down as far as which I heard from my purchase in charge. And also, this has put us in immense pressure amongst all of us. Profitability has been very severely hit. This has put immense pressure on everyone. But the immediate problem is related to the cash flows, availability of the working capital, and also the price claims that are not being settled on time by the customers. Also the supply chains being more unpredictable. These are causing a lot of constraints on most of us, our players. So which every one of us know. So as an industry, we really need to introspect ourselves and think on how we can recover these prices for the sustenance of the organization. Despite all this, we are still optimistic. So when you say the theme being, the total theme of this being resilient, regenerate to research. So these are the resilience, okay. So we need to really regenerate and then come across this particular situation. So we are optimistic about the years to come, about our future, especially for India on the global stage. While it is imperative that we solve our own problems of today, the opportunities that lie ahead of us is quite bright. Let me tell you why we are also hopeful about the future. The government of India had done enormous infrastructures, be it on the road, be it on the education, be it on the skill development. A lot of things are going on. Even the latest Independence Day, which we celebrated day before yesterday, see the mass with which the campaign had gone. It is something which is phenomenal. So this we are not seen, the nation not seen earlier. Again, with regard to the COVID, the Arogya Setu, which was created by the government of India, the app was developed within 21 days, was flawless, working and then saving millions of the lives. So the government does to the best of its abilities, okay. And various schemes like Make in India, Digital India Mission, Skill India, and many others will help and set a platform for the growth besides recovery of the economy once we get over these turbulent times. Land transport, when you are talking about the road and all that, land transport can still be slightly better with a last mile connectivity. So we get down at the metro station and finally we need to look for some taxi to go to the final destination. So the last mile connectivity can still be better, and also the highways can still be improved for the quicker transport. Power costs, again there was a big public hearing which took place in Coimbatore yesterday with regard to the power cost increase, and a lot of oppositions have also been put forth. Power cost is also now increasing, and also the availability is also lingering. It's a question mark. So further, you may all have recognized that we lack a small gap in the skill with regard to various sectors, which is including the manufacturing sector. While the government is taking initiative, we must do from our part to improve upon the skill on the workforce which we have to enable for the next wavelength of the growth. This surely a positive sign of direction our country is headed towards. So how do we need to operate so that we can add value to our business? How do we create the costings which our customer wants? While the low cost is obviously a mandate for all of us, we need to determine what it creates value in the material what we pour into the mold. So this is a way each of our business will succeed and thrive. Even today, we have to continue to improve our productivity. So we have been seeing the production every day running, but there are so many unknown factors which are hidden, which need to be really unearthed, so that there is an ample scope of improving the productivity and improving the yield in the own the area where we are working with. equipment, improvement in the equipment, OEE of the equipment, implementation of small automation programs, and so on. This is a mandate for us to looking for automation, not just from the cost perspective, but also from the qualitative perspective, where the repeatability will be taken up in a very positive stride. As we scale up our labor dependence, it is difficult to manage, and we have to work on both skilling as well the automation in our journey. When I say automation, not necessarily only the robots do all the job. You can a very small type of automations are there, where we can able to improve upon our own productivity by reducing the fatigue what our operators are put into. The other area of focus is to reduce the carbon emissions. At some point of time, it should be at net zero. I think there is also a paper will be presented by my colleague Balaji onto the net zero castings in the later part of the day. The world is definitely moving towards this direction. In this regard, our industry will face enormous pressure to move in this way, because foundry industry being energy guzzling industry, a lot of energy is being used for this. Obviously, it is very imperative that we should look in for various measures to improve upon the specific energy consumptions what we are on at today. We are energy intensive, and also we should source the low carbon power, that is through wind, solar, and so on. And also look for renewable sources. We have to work on improving the efficiency. Besides improving the energy efficiency, also look for recycling and renewing our own resources. We have to work on creating sustainability in the foundry, which is the call of the day. We will look for the support from the government on the policies as well as on the power sourcing to help us achieve zero net carbon emission over the course of the years to come. I look forward all our foundry industries, our foundry fraternity to join in this journey and to make and to come out stronger in the years to come. Jai Hind and thank you.
Thank you, Sundaresan sir, for delivering a wonderful address to the gathering here.